push it. Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe. Let it go. Let it go.
First Blood is a 1982 action war drama film directed by Ted Kotcheff, based off the 1972 novel of the same name by David Murrell. The movie would be a box office hit and would spawn a franchise. In December 1981, United States Army Vietnam War veteran John Rambo, played by Sylvester Stallone, walks as a lonely drifter through the American Pacific Northwest in search of his friend and the last surviving member of his outfit from the war, Delmar Berry. He is informed that his friend has succumbed to Agent Orange exposure and has passed away.
Delmar's gone.
What time will he be back?
He died.
What?
Died last summer.
Died how?
Cancer. Brought it back from Nam. All that orange stuff that spread it around. Cut him down to nothing. I could lift him off the sheet.
Very sorry.
Walking aimlessly, Rambo arrives in the town of Hope, Washington. He is approached by Sheriff Will Teasel, played by Brian Dennehy.
You visiting somebody around here? You know, wearing that flag on that jacket, looking the way you do. You're asking for trouble around here, friend. Headed north or south?
North.
Now jump in. I'll make sure you head in the right direction, huh?
Rambo and Teasel find themselves getting off on the wrong foot, where Teasel's police attitude conflicts with Rambo's personality.
You got someplace I can eat around here?
There's a diner about 30 miles up the highway.
Is there any law against me getting something here?
Yeah, me.
Why are you pushing me?
What did you say?
So why are you pushing me? I haven't done anything to you.
First of all, you don't ask the questions around here. I do. You understand? Secondly, we don't want guys like you in this town. Drifters. First thing you know, we got a whole bunch of guys like you in this town. That's why. Besides, you wouldn't like it here. It's a quiet little town. In fact, you might say it's boring. But that's the way we like it. And I get paid to keep it that way.
Boring.
Escorting Rambo out of town, he decides to defy the sheriff and walk right back in, angering Teasel, who then arrests him for vagrancy.
Get your legs back. Get them back! You try to be nice to some people. Well, what do we have here, huh? Why would you be carrying a knife like this?
Hunting.
Don't be a wise guy. What do you hunt with a knife?
Amy.
At the sheriff's office, Rambo is processed by mean-spirited Deputy Sergeant Art Galt, played by Jack Starrett.
What do you know about that? Old Harry here's a soldier. Rambo. John Jay? You gotta talk to me. I promise you're gonna talk to me, soldier. I'm starting to dislike you. A lot.
Rambo begins to have flashbacks to the war in Vietnam.
Holy shit, look at this. What the hell's he been into?
Who gives a shit? All right, put your hands on top of your head and turn around.
Christ. We should report this to Teasel, Galt. Look at that.
You just do what I tell you.
Galt! What the fuck was that?
Well, the man said clean him up. Clean him up.
Sympathetic Deputy Mitch Rogers, played by David Caruso, notices that Rambo needs a more special treatment.
How blind are you? Can't you see this guy's crazy?
Can't you see I don't give a shit?
Yeah, I can see that.
That's better.
Eventually, Galt's cruelness causes Rambo to snap, fighting his way out of the building and fleeing out of town with nothing more than his large field knife. Teasel organizes a search party with his fellow deputies, complete with air support and sniffing dogs. Despite Teasel's orders not to shoot Rambo, Galt attempts to do so from a low-flying helicopter, eventually falling to his death. Rambo then attempts to surrender, but is once again met by gunfire. Word is soon radioed in that Rambo is a full-blown red, white, and blue American hero, having won the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Can't listen, Will. Sure picked one hell of a guy to mess around with. This came over the teletype a few minutes ago. John Rambo is a Vietnam vet. He's a Green Beret, Congressional Medal of Honor. Guy's a war hero.
Jesus, that freak! I knew there was something about that guy.
Mitch tries to persuade the sheriff to give up his search and allow the state police to apprehend Rambo.
Green Beret. War hero. That's great. That's
Why don't you
just
shut your
great.
mouth? Now, what the hell's the matter with you guys? He's one man. He's wounded.
Those Green Berets, they're real badasses.
Why don't you let the state police handle this?
Come here, goddammit! Look at him! Look at him! That's our Galt boy. He and I were friends when your mama was still wiping your nose! Now he's dead. He's dead because of that psycho out there. Now you listen, boy, and you listen to me good. I'm gonna get that son of a bitch. And I'm gonna pin that Congressional Medal of Honor to his liver.
He flees deep into the woods, where he sets primitive traps, injuring each one of the deputies before giving his own warning to Teasel.
I could have killed them all. I could have killed you. In town, you're the law. Out here, it's me. Don't push it. Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Washington State Patrol officers and Washington National Guard forces arrive on the scene, along with the media. Teasel is met by Rambo's mentor and former commanding officer, Colonel Samuel Troutman, played by Richard Crenna.
I wonder why the Pentagon would send a full-bird colonel down here to handle this.
The Army thought I might be able to help.
Well, I don't know in what way. Rambo's a civilian now. He's my problem.
I don't think you understand. I didn't come here to rescue Rambo from you. I came here to rescue you from him.
As Rambo takes refuge inside of a cave, Troutman contacts him over the radio.
It's good to hear your voice, Johnny. It's been a long time.
Look, John, you've done some damage here, but they don't want any more trouble.
He's northwest.
That's why I've come. I'm gonna come in there and fly you the hell out.
Just you and me. We'll work this thing out together. Is that fair enough?
Where'd you come from, sir?
Bragg.
I tried to get in touch with you, but the guys at Bragg never knew where to find you.
Yeah, well, I haven't been spending much time there lately. They've got me down in D.C. I'm shining a seat with my ass.
I wish I was back at Bragg now.
We'll talk about that when you come in.
I can't do that, sir.
Well, look, John, we can't have you running around out there wasting friendly civilians.
There are no friendly civilians.
Well, I'm your friend, Johnny. I was there with you knee-deep in all that blood and guts. I covered your ass more than once. Seems like bailing you out of trouble is getting to be a lifetime job for me.
There wouldn't be no trouble except for that king shit cup. All I wanted was something to eat. But the man kept pushing, sir.
Well, you did some pushing of your own, John.
They drew first blood, not me.
Look, Johnny.
Let me come in and get you the hell out of there.
They drew first blood.
This movie was based off the 1972 novel of the same name by David Morrell, and David Morrell stated that he prefers this film over his novel. The name Rambo came from a variety of apples of the same name. John Rambo is also the name of an American athlete who won a bronze medal in high jump at the 1964 Summer Olympic Games. There were 26 drafts of this script before Sylvester Stallone wrote the final one. James Garner turned down the lead role. A veteran of the Korean War with 2 Purple Hearts, Garner did not want to play a man who comes home and starts fighting cops. At one point, the studio wanted Chris Christopherson to play Rambo, Gene Hackman as Teasel, and Lee Marvin as Troutman. Sidney Pollack considered doing the film in late 1974 with Steve McQueen as John Rambo and Burt Lancaster as the sheriff. However, ultimately, Pollack decided to pass on doing the film. Jeff Bridges, Robert De Niro, Michael Douglas, Paul Newman, Nick Nolte, Ryan O'Neal, James Caan, and John Travolta were all considered for the role of John Rambo. Sylvester Stallone and the producers wanted to make Rambo a different character than he had been in the novel. They didn't want him to be a psychotic, cold-blooded killer like he was in the book. They wanted to make him a man who was lost and didn't know what to do with his life and was a victim of circumstance. Brian Dennehy was the director's only choice to play Teasel. He was offered the role 3 times before he accepted. Each time they offered him more money. A plot point that was present in the novel but absent from the film was that the primary reason Teasel was so resentful towards Rambo was that Rambo was a veteran of the Vietnam War, which gained a lot of attention, whereas Teasel was a veteran of the Korean War, which was called the Forgotten War. Burt Reynolds liked the part of Colonel Troutman and wanted to play it, but Stallone told him that he felt he was too big of a star at the time to take a secondary role. Kirk Douglas quit the film 1 day before filming commenced. He had creative differences for how the movie should end. He thought his character should be killed by Rambo. The character of Samuel Troutman was named after Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam created the soldier, John Rambo. After watching a rough cut of the movie, which was 3 hours long, Sylvester Stallone and his agent claimed it was so bad they wanted to buy it back. They decided to cut out all of Rambo's dialogue and cut a bunch of time from the film and tighten it up. It worked. The movie takes place in the fictitious town of Hope, Washington. However, much of the movie was filmed in the real town of Hope, British Columbia. The actress who played Delmar Berry's widow or mother, it's never made clear which she is, was surprisingly not credited for her small but vital speaking role and has never been identified. Many of the extras who appeared in the film were local townsfolk who were recently left unemployed when a nearby mill had ceased operations, and they were more than happy to have the cast and crew of the film there to provide work opportunities. Rambo's trademark combat knife was actually custom designed by Arkansas knife maker Jimmy Lyle. The movie popularized knockoff hollowed-handled survival knives with a compass in the pommel. The large piece of rotten canvas that Rambo finds in the woods and cuts into a makeshift coat was not a movie prop, but a real piece of rotten canvas found by the crew during production. Since there was only one piece, Stallone joked how the canvas became a treasured prop on set, and he kept it after filming. Stallone accidentally broke the nose of actor Alf Humphreys during the jail escape scene by elbowing him in the face, which is why he is seen wearing a Band-Aid throughout the rest of the movie. Sylvester Stallone also pointed out how calm and friendly rats are until you show up on set or until they get hit with cold water. He had to make trip after trip to the local hospital to get tetanus shots from rat bites and scratches. In the final scene where Rambo has an emotional breakdown with Colonel Troutman, the story he tells about his friend and the 1958 Chevy convertible and the wired box that blows up was actually a story that was told to Stallone by a Vietnam War veteran who had similar traumatizing experiences. First Blood topped the United States box office for 3 weeks in a row after its October 22, 1982 release. It would wind up grossing $160.3 million worldwide, becoming a huge success. First Blood was one of the top 10 most rented video titles ever for the Betamax format. In 1989, First Blood became one of the first feature films ever to be used in police training in the United States. It was used to depict some of the worst decisions you could possibly make as a police force.
That's going to look real good on his gravestone at Arlington. Here lies John Rambo, winner of the Congressional Medal of Honor, survivor of countless incursions behind enemy lines, killed for vagrancy in Jerkwater, USA.
I first saw this movie when I was a kid, young teenager, somewhere around 1999 or so, and it instantly became a classic for me. It does take place around Christmas time, so it does fall into that category of action films set around Christmas, although I don't think anybody would really call this a Christmas movie. And as time goes on, it grows more and more with people's acclaim of what soldiers go through and the sacrifices they make. Not to mention it would spawn video games and comic books and an entire franchise for decades to come. I highly recommend the 1982 film First Blood.